Stop overthinking. Let God take control. If your mind has been racing, if your thoughts have been spiraling, if you feel stuck in your own head, stop. Take a breath. Listen. Because this moment, right here, is not an accident. God is trying to speak into the noise you've been fighting. He's trying to lift the weight you've been carrying. He's trying to calm the storm you've been replaying in your mind over and over again. You didn't click this video. You were led to it. And by the time this message ends, you're going to understand why your mind has been overwhelmed and what happens the moment you stop overthinking and let God take control. Overthinking is a silent spiritual battle. Overthinking doesn't start loud. It starts quietly. One worry, one thought, one what if, and suddenly it becomes a chain you can't break out of. That's because overthinking is not just a mental battle. It's a spiritual battle. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5 says, "We take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." Your mind becomes exhausted because you're trying to solve problems God never asked you to fix. You're trying to understand things God never asked you to carry. You're replaying conversations, imagining outcomes, trying to control possibilities that only God Himself can handle. It's not your job to be God. It's your job to trust God. This is where the exhaustion comes from, a mind trying to do the work of heaven. The real reason you can't stop thinking. Here are the spiritual roots behind your overthinking. Fear of losing control. You replay things to feel prepared. Fear of repeating past pain. You analyze everything so you won't get hurt again. Fear of disappointment. So you inspect every detail to protect yourself. Fear of the unknown, because uncertainty feels dangerous when God isn't in first place. But here's the truth. You're not overthinking because you're weak. You're overthinking because you've been trying to survive without resting in God. And your mind is tired. Your spirit is tired. Your heart is tired. God didn't design you to figure out everything. He designed you to trust Him with everything. What God says about your racing thoughts. Listen to what God says about the storm inside your mind. Philippians 4 verse 6-7 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, and the peace of God which surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and your minds." God is saying, your mind is not meant to fight alone. Let my peace guard you. Isaiah 26 verse 3 says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." Your thinking becomes peaceful when your trust becomes real. Psalm 46 verse 10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is not weakness, it's surrender. This is what happens when you let God take control. Here's what happens the moment you give the battle in your mind to God. 1. Clarity returns because God clears what fear clouds. 2. Anxiety breaks. The weight you've been carrying suddenly feels lighter. Usually the noise quiets, God speaks peace into thoughts that used to overwhelm you. 4. You begin to feel guided because God directs your steps when you stop trying to direct everything yourself. 5. You remember who's actually in control, and it's not you. It never had to be. 6. You sleep better. Your mind stops running because your trust starts resting. 7. God begins working in the situations you released. Some breakthroughs only come after surrender. The danger of trying to control everything. The enemy uses overthinking to steal your peace, your joy, your focus, your confidence, your sleep, and your faith. Because if he can stress your mind long enough, he can weaken your spirit. But here's the truth the enemy never wants you to realize. Every thought you overthink is a thought you haven't handed to God. And every thought you surrender is a victory you win. God cannot bless the areas you refuse to let Him touch. He cannot guide the situations you refuse to release. Let your mind breathe. Let your spirit rest. Let God be God. This is your sign to stop overthinking. If you've been asking God, "What should I do? Why is this happening? What if everything goes wrong? What if I fail? What if I'm not enough?" This is your sign. Stop carrying what God already took responsibility for. He is saying to you, "Give it to me. You don't have to figure out everything. You just have to trust me. This video found you because God is inviting you into peace. Not the world's peace, His peace. The kind that ends the mental noise. Heavenly glorious Father, my mind has been overwhelmed, my thoughts have been heavy, and I have tried to carry things I was never meant to hold. Today, I surrender. I release every anxious thought, every fear, every what if, every scenario, every overreaction, every replayed moment. Take control of my mind, Lord. Calm the storm inside me. Replace my overthinking with your peace and my fear with your presence. I trust you. I surrender to you. I give this battle to you. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Before you go, say this out loud. God, I give you control of my thoughts. Type it in the comments if this message spoke to you. And remember, you don't win the battle by thinking harder. You win the battle by surrendering sooner. Let God take control. He's already in the place you're trying to plan your way into. If this video blesses you, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this today.